This is a video about paddling the 1.6 mile section of the Jordan River from 7800 south in Midvale to Winchester Park at about 6400 south in Murray, Utah. The Jordan River Commission's water trail map marks this as an intermediate section because it has two sets of rapids. But if you opt to portage around both sets of rapids, this is an easy section of the river to paddle. This section starts at the Jordan River Parkway Trailhead boat ramp on 7800 south in Midvale. About 1/3 of a mile after the start of this section, you come across the first rapid on this river section at about 7600 south, right after a pedestrian bridge over the river. This is a cement man-made rapid with boulders cemented into it, and at low water levels it is almost impossible to go down it without hitting the cemented-in boulders. But at higher water levels, intermediate paddlers can opt to paddle down it. In the winter of 2023-24, Salt Lake County built a nice set of portage boat ramps around it on River Right to make it easy to portage around. If you are planning to portage around this rapid, you don't need to scout it out in advance. But if you are considering paddling down it, it is a good idea to scout it out in advance from the pedestrian bridge just before it to check if it has enough water to be navigable and pick out a good line to go down it. This river section ends at Winchester Park in Murray at about 6400 south. At the end of this river section, there are some man-made rapids just after the Winchester Street Bridge. It's recommended that most recreational paddlers get out on River Left shortly before the Winchester Street Bridge and portage into Winchester Park on the Jordan River Parkway paved trail. There is a gravel boat ramp there, but as of 2026, Phragmites have grown over and hidden most of it. The access spot there is just under some power lines over the river, so if you look underneath the power lines on River Left, you can usually spot the narrow spot where paddlers get out of the river. But for this video, there was a decent amount of water in the river, and we decided to paddle down both the 7600 South Rapid and the Winchester Rapids. Most paddlers handled them fine, but I flubbed up on the second Winchester Rapid, capsized, and got a nice little swim. Luckily, since I was with a group of paddlers, they caught my boat for me before it floated away down the river without me.
Rachel already mentioned a couple of the rapids. So the first one is a concrete weir. It's not a diversion structure. We don't know exactly what it was used for historically. It is a straight concrete weir that goes across the entire river. There are some rocks, boulders, just basically over the lip of it. And so it looks like it's navigable. If you're uncertain about it, there is a portage that was just put in right around the pedestrian bridge we'll go under just before we get it. That's about a 1/4 mile from where we are here, just on the north side of Midvale Center Street, 7800 South. The next one we're going to come to is the Winchester Park, and there is another portage. The takeout at Winchester Park is really hard to see. It's really overgrown with Phragmites, which are in full bloom right now. But we'll try and point where that is. It is navigable. That was a utility line, or it is a utility line crossing. It used to have a pretty wicked undertow, and there were some unfortunate drownings there about 15 or 20 years ago. And so they redesigned that with 3 steps, kind of V-shaped line of boulders. And if you could pick a line, I will almost guarantee if you don't have a skirt, you will get some water in your boat if you navigate through that. But given the water levels, it's not difficult, and you should be able to navigate through it if you don't mind taking on some water. I've been through that one several times. I'll probably go through it today.